Hello there, everyone. Welcome back to some more... Oh. Let's play Underrail. In the last episode, we started on Depot A, the dungeon that I view as a test for your character. In truth, every room is a test of your character build, but Depot A especially, since it tests your ability to avoid traps or detect them, deal with various enemies of different kinds, like robots, huge mutants, and normal dogs, so evadey, damage, different damage types, massive amounts of damage, things that have to try to catch you, robots that have good damage resistance, and so on. And this is where my initial character builds came to die several times until I came up with what works for me. It is looking fairly good for us so far. We have died once to, in particular, an acid entanglement, which, and some misplays, which was not so great on my side, since I've done this before with this character, I think, without deaths. But otherwise, things are looking like they're going pretty well so far. And I've left this little area unsearched. This is why we're here now. We don't have any hacking. One more oddity point. Right. Character. Here we are. As usual, I feel compelled to mention, not a min-max build in any shape, way, or form. We are playing on hard mode. We are playing a psychic character, which, in my honest opinion, takes the difficulty down one entire level. The psionics are extremely powerful, even after the nerf that they went through. They don't miss very often, and they're extremely powerful. It's like you're purchasing feats. That said, however, it is much more balanced now than it had been, I feel, before the psionic changes some 2 or 3 years ago. And I have also gotten fairly far in hard mode with characters who are not psionics at all. So it is quite possible to play a build like this with a non-psionic character and still do well. Though it does help that I have beaten the game 11 times, as I have a good feeling for the game mechanics for the most part, and where things are in particular are also useful. 65 in all the skills we started with, and our feats: nimble, paranoia, sprint, tranquility, pyromaniac, expose weakness, premeditation, and psi empathy. And I decided, viewer, I have decided that we will go ahead and start this episode correctly by going and fighting the crawler. Since I know we can do it, we may as well do it. Now, I don't remember where exactly the crawler's entrance is. Is it in... Maybe it's in the other... Okay, I think it might be down this way. In the other vents. There's a vent that leads out into the south, which will take us to where the crawler's located. This little area is one I never go into, or didn't ever go into, and with some characters I couldn't go into it, because I did not have any means to open ventilation shafts with one or two of my characters. So it stayed here unexplored. But the quest line that the Black Eels give you, as a secondary, does not have you, like, destroy... Okay, hold on. The Scrappers have you destroy, or notify them that they are here and where they're located, and then they set explosives to destroy the Black Eagle's wormhole. Basically, they destroy the tunnel that leads here, and that's it. Wraps up. The Black Eels want you to collapse a different section of the caves, or this area, Depot A, so they can get free access to a larger area to perform an ambush, an assault, attacking from 2 directions on the Scrappers. To that end, I almost never do the Black Eel's quest. So It was fun to do it, actually. I think I've done it twice in all my 2,000 hours or so of the game. And you can get some great stuff from it. It's arguably a lot more lucrative than the Scrapper's Quest is, but I like maintaining this sense of balance here in Junkyard and not giving the Black Eels such a leg up. Actually, they'll destroy all the Scrappers and then they take over Junkyard. And or with the group that you have helped them, which can be the Protectorate or Southgate Station, or potentially neither, I think. In any case, this here is where we need to be for this. Now, I'm not too happy about fighting a crawler this early, but let's do it. We're not going to find it very easily. It knows we're here already. And we're poisoned immediately. Okay. So I think it ran here or here. Probably here. Okay. We see it. Unfortunately, I don't have any way to stun it. So... And a 66% chance is not a great chance to hit. So what we're going to do is this. I'm going to use pre-med. We can bless it with frost spells. It's going to run away. Let's start with a psychotemporal dilation and then try setting it on fire. We did need to use some adrenaline. Actually, not quite yet. And I want it running this way. It's still extremely quick. We have to use spells against it because the 66% chance is not a good chance to hit. We could try swinging at it. Actually, the first thing we need to do is stop ourselves from dying. It's not a good chance to hit at all. We'll just expose... Nice, we hit it with that. And a crit with a melee. We might kill it next round. Okay. Can we do it? We did it. First attempt. Very good. Wow. Oh, thank goodness for Pyromaniac. And very lucky, 66% chances to hit as well. And we get an insectoid salivium for our trouble. And there's some rubble down here. Hello, Barney. Chilled by fossil. Should have picked the oddity mode. Should have picked the oddity mode in the end for hard mode to show its pot to show that hey, you can even beat the game on oddity mode on hard. All that drumming that battle up, and we did do it. My goodness. But it was extremely handy that I understand how crawlers work. Playing the game on hard, if that was going to be your first crawler ever, I can imagine the frustration people would have. And to be fair to the game, that's not the game's fault. Like, a fault is a weird way to describe it. Crawlers have a really fantastic AI, in my opinion, and I love how they were designed. I like how almost everything in this game has been designed, especially the creatures. They want to get out of your line of sight after they stab you, but also be as close to you as they can be, which is why I thought it went into that one area behind us, and indeed it had done so. I've heard many people complain about the crawlers, though, and, well, my first time fighting crawlers, I think I was so frustrated, but I also really loved the idea of these things. Very much. Okay. Okay. Sorry, thinking about key cards I have. Let's head on upstairs. And search these shelves. Scrapture. Oh, some decent shield parts. You need some decent electronics, though, for those. 50. Sorry, by decent I mean low level. Okay, viewer. It's now time for the fun parts of Depot A, which is to say, the parts that get people killed the most. we have mutant areas to now concern ourselves with. And I don't mean the mutants we fought before. I mean actual mutants, not mutees. Mutees are people like us who are just heavily infected with this sort of cancerous, or not cancerous, mutagen. They can still talk and wield weapons, but we're about to walk out into an area where that is not the case. These things are going to be monstrous looking, and the acid dogs will be out here in force as well. So as usual, we do the door trick to start. Okay, I don't see anything. Now, this is going to be also extremely tricky for me, because we didn't bring any caltrops here. I don't have any on me. So if we start dying here repeatedly, we may have to go and get some. Here we go. We step out. We see 2 mutated dogs. So now that we've stepped out and they've seen us, they will raise the alarm. We don't really want to be out in the open. Let's move back here. And shut the door. Both dogs are on the other side of this door. And we can set them on fire with a pyrokinesis stream. Except one of them on fire with the pyrokinesis stream. Then we can't shut the door here. Let's move to the side. The entanglement missed, so we're still standing on acid. Oh God. Oh no. I was hoping the dogs didn't make any noise. Did they bark? They did not. But that mutant must have seen me somehow. That was lucky then that we killed that dog, and that we weren't entangled. This would have been a loss immediately. Let's expose weakness on the mutant. Good critical hit there. And then we run. There's going to be a lot of running around, literally, in a circle. Wow, okay. So, interesting thing about mutants. Giant mutants like this, they, oh God, look at its face. That poor man. On that same note, all it wants to do is destroy us. It's in so much pain. Oh, this is gonna hurt you, Tim. We might die here. Right now. I'm sorry, viewer, if we do. It's gonna run up and scream at us. Yep, and then spray. We survived that. Barely. I don't know if we can make it to the door, but we're gonna have to try. We get to go first. That's another mutant. We are dead. We're dead. We're just dead. Yep. We're dead. We don't have what it takes to, and we're entangled. Okay, yep, we're doomed. That's pretty much game over for us. Setting the mutant on fire does nothing to save us because the mutants are immune to fear. And we're doomed. Okay, so... Okay, so this is going to be too tough for me to do it without caltrops. I can already tell. We need some way to literally slow down these things. Or we need to fight in a more opened area. This area was filled with acid. We can try this one more time. Oh, it would help if I eat food. I didn't realize my food expired. They do acid damage, not bio damage, so our canned mushrooms also won't help us here. Okay, let's do this again. One more time. Two dogs, kind of where we left them. go ahead and use a pyroblast, setting one of them on fire, but not the other. I don't have the action points to shut the door yet. Okay, so far we're safe. If we can kill a dog for free like that, it looks like we did. That's a giant mutant. Dogs aren't known to open doors, not even mutant dogs. These aren't the robotic dogs that I've seen videos of that one company makes that can open doors. But it might be hanging out in this room, that mutant. So I'm kind of nervous, but we're going to take a peek. It's in this room. It's not in this room. It's a normal dog. Okay. I swear that dog did not open the door. Okay, good. 2 less dogs. And it also opens up this little area for us to fight in without as much concern. We want the acid to go away. You got just thumped on the head by that big guy. Good morning, by the way, everyone. It is December 16th, 2023 now. It's about 5:30 in the morning, and I am recording some Underrail, obviously. Hope you all are doing very well. My intensification chemo has been not as bad as induction was in quite a few ways. Oh, that was so lucky, Tim. I'm going to stand right here and try to speed it up. Okay, it missed the entanglement. Oh, wow. Okay, so we're going to have to fight this mutant. It's kind of the same way we fought the last one. I don't really want to run up and hit it. We'll freeze it a bit. I don't want it having line of sight to me, because if it does, then it will spit. Alright, so let's use Dilate. I think we'll stick with Frost spells. Feels a bit weird to actually use them in such a way, because I prefer using fire only. But we'll do that. We'll move to fire only in a bit. We're still in combat. Oh, this is bad. Because this is not going to be the only mutant. I need to slow it down, so we're going to freeze it again. I really don't want to run on acid. Am I using my acid boots? We're not using our acid boots. We're taking full damage from this. It can't be helped. Oh, this is going to be so painful. I think we're dead right here. We're not. Okay, good. Dilate's off cooldown. Let's use it. We need to heal. I need to get out of the acid. I need to put on my acid boots. It's only 2% damage, but it's not really going to matter. But it is acid resistance, so. Okay. We did it so far. We haven't, well, done it so far. We've cleared 2 big mutants and 3 dogs. I think there's another 4 dogs and maybe even 4 more giant mutants in this area. We will search the corpses. Just want to wait a little bit until the acid goes away. 8 damage from acid. My goodness, that hurts. I suppose acid would hurt if you decide to walk on it. Look at all the odd items in leather here. Can still hold quite a bit more, so things are looking good there. You need biology to break down the acid glands, but you need chemistry in order to use the acid after you're done with it. Just a heads up, viewer. And the mutated dog leathers require chemistry to actually use it to make leather armor also, which is why I'm just going to vendor it. We're not using, we're not going to be using chemistry. We're taking chemistry. Okay. Have a little area to run around in and fight. Should it come down to it. I should be playing this game as if it's the first time I'm here, or close to it, and checking things like this. We're doing the door trick there, so you guys see that you should be doing this for all the places in Depot A. At the very least, you should right-click on a curtain, and then look through it, which will show you what's on the other side if you haven't seen what's on the other side before. And let's just get it on the map as a connection. There we go. And the good news about going that way is we have a good amount of space to fight and potentially zone if need be. And we have an excellent spot for a throw. I don't know if I'll be able to hit this spot. 2 big mutants and a mutated dog behind them. So let's see if we can set them on fire. 2. Throw a grenade. That's fantastic. I think we'll kill both of them. I'm going to even risk staying in the room and running over here. The fire, I think... Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, sorry. I shouldn't be using that word here. There's more of them. Should have gone in the other direction, Tim. Oh, we didn't. Alright, so let's use... dilation there. Freeze that dog. Run over here. I don't think we need to use an adrenaline gland. I would have used a morphine here, but it's too late. We are entangled. Leveled. That one's still alive. Oh, look how many of these dogs there are. Okay, so we need back this. There's no reason why we can't level. We get a skill point. I need to check my build. I'll be right back, viewer. Okay, viewer. This is actually really amazing that we leveled exactly when we did, for a reason you will see in a few seconds. First off, we're going to put a point in intelligence to help my crafting ability up, and also to prepare us to get a feat, I think at level 16, which will reduce the penalty, the extra cost, 10% cost of casting psionic abilities for having more than one type of sonic powers in our brain. We then level everything 5 more points. For everything that we have put points into already. And then, viewer, we're taking something that's going to potentially save us here. Escape Artist. Grants you the ability to remove all immobilization effects. We then put that on our hotbar, and we can use it to get out of the entanglement. We immediately kill the big one, and then we're running for the door. Okay, that's a bit awkward. One over here. Ooh, oh! And we're entangled again. We can get out of it. Escape Artist has a good cooldown. Good. Set one of them on fire. It will run in a different direction. Trying to get behind cover. Entangled again. Let's use a stream on these two. Good. Set them both on fire. They will run. Use Escape Artist again. We're gonna run out of this freaking room. Hopefully that doesn't get us killed. We will see. But we need some time to heal. And I want my sonic powers back. Oh, that was kind of dumb, actually. We should have stayed here for a little bit. There's explosives here, and I might have wanted to detonate them. It's too late. Okay. Still in combat. They got to go first. It's all my action points if I want to do that. So much acid everywhere. And we're entangled again. Okay, we have to use this. Leaving again. Not in combat this time. We'll wait till this is off a cooldown. Actually, we can use bandages too. Another 4 or 5 dogs. My goodness. I'm going to risk a quick save, which is the only quick save we've been using, viewers. We have to do this all over again if this becomes possible. By all, I mean this episode. Escape Artist just saved our life 4 or 5 times there. I wanted to take it earlier at level 10, but I really, really wanted, what was it? I think it was no, it was Pyromaniac, which also saved our life because that makes things run away. The acid entanglement can be very frustrating if you don't know it's going to be happening to you in Deep OA. And I wanted it in order to get out of that particular effect. We're getting rather... I think that we're getting rather unlucky with how often it's actually applying itself to us. Or maybe not. I'm not quite sure how the game decides that you're acid entangled. It doesn't happen all the time. Must be some difference between the percentage that the creature has to hit you. The dog? Actually, the dogs are... Yeah, the dog in this case. And our evade. Of course, we'll take all the acid glands. And hearts. Still have some room to carry some more stuff. Those doors stay open. So they came from this room. I see no hostiles here now. Ooh, hello. 9mm 65 round ratchet. Worth a decent amount of level 19 weapon. Wow. No special effects on it or the like. No modifications. But I've never seen a level 19 weapon. Remember that I look at the durability and divide it by 100. And that tells me what level the weapon is. This would get you through the rest of Depot A, that's for sure. Wonder if it's a random high-level weapon that you find there now. Very lucky that that one grenade landed where I wanted it to. Very lucky that I just saw that we have EMP grenades on a hotbar, which we don't need there. Should have had actually this equipped. Okay, so some mistakes on my part. I'm going to unlock the door here so we have some room to run around. Actually, is that right, Tim? You want to do that? I do. We've killed 3 giant mutants. No, 4 giant mutants, and we've killed like 7 dogs so far. I think there's 1 more dog. Oh, we should have this open. I think there's 1 more dog and 2 more mutants here. Oh, we have this little area. I believe didn't even see this here. And there's nothing in there anyway. Okay, so let's take a peek. Yeah, so far nothing. Really? I kind of refuse to believe we cleared this room. By room, I mean that. When I say room viewer, I mean one of these, by the way. Just a heads up. But looks like we did do so. Level 9 shock tungsten steel combat knife. We'll just vendor it. Level 11 the Neo Luger. Some good stuff in here today. That won't stop us. Iron Gut blueprint. Nice. Where to find something like that down here? Iron Gut greatly increases, I believe, your bio-resistance by like to like 90% or so, 75% or something like that. It's amazing for when you're out fighting the in the DLC, the Black Sea in particular, fighting the what are they called now? Locusts. Another enemy I absolutely love. Because they're so different than other things that you would normally be fighting. I think you have to prepare to fight them completely differently than other creatures, thanks to how annoying they are, and I love it. Looks like we actually cleared this area. Did we really? Well, okay then. Card for that, so we'll open that gate up. Okay, viewer, what do you think it is today? This dead woman generally has a mid-level, like around level 11 to 13, weapon, heavily damaged on her of some sort. It could be an amazing, like, shock tungsten steel sledgehammer, a sniper rifle, or a dagger. We got some good stuff from here. I'm going to assume it's going to continue with that, and she's going to have a machine gun today. Shock steel knife, level 9. Okay. Heavily damaged, not worth repairing. Okay. So, not the best, unfortunately, money-wise, but obviously we're taking it. We'll compare it with the other knife that we just picked up earlier. We're almost no Depot A, viewer. Just want to drop a bunch of this stuff off in this barrel to search the rest of the area. So the knife we were using was a level 6 knife, so we're not going to need that again. Okay, the knife we picked up from the other gentleman is better than this knife. 1 more point of damage. Okay, I say better, that's not necessarily the case. The one the girl was using has a 2% increased crit chance. And a little more energy. But does we're going to take the one we found earlier. Okay. I guess we'll start using it instead of the serrated knife. Actually, I would, but I don't have any repair kits, so... Actually, I think we'll be okay. Oh, I hear my mom's awake. Okay. I'll go out there and wish her a good morning. Actually, I guess I'll do that right now, viewer. I will put a small break here. I'll be right back. Hey, everyone. All right, I'm back. Let's go ahead and wrap up Depot A. Hopefully. I'm not envisioning too much trouble with what we're about to fight up ahead. But there could be. Lots of trouble. I think we're looking at 3 more mutants and 5 more dogs in the area we are about to traverse into. I've done some remaneuvering of the microphone and my battle station here. And it might be a little more echoey, I think. But it can't be helped. Rather, I'm not going to fret over it too much. Let's see. Very rarely, I think, do I actually come in to this last room in Depot A from this side. Most of the time, I'm coming up over here and fighting using this doorway of mine and have caltrops. I don't have caltrops today, so we're trying... Ooh, I was about to walk into that. Be a little more clever. Actually, we should leave that open, Tim, and step inside. I think there's at least one mine in this area. Nice. Get all the junk on camera. On camera? On screen? Well, you know, I never saw this little... What is this? Rain catcher? Before, that's not a rain catcher. I don't know what the... Overhang? Overhang. There we go. That's the proper thing to call it. And viewer, we did a lot of work for this. But we get the Pip-Boy. It's some sort of a commercial civilian risk computer. The target audience for this product, oddly enough, seems to be young blonde men in jumpsuits. Unfortunately, it's broken. And the Armadillo class drill rotator circuit board. You always wanted to have one of these. Yes, we did. Since we took the quest from Tanner. Now, this is where it gets tricky. No caltrops, which would have been really nice right here to slow down enemies and bunch them all together. So we're going to have to rely on luck and some good grenade placement. Let's do this. Okay, so we see the mutant. We will blast the mutant with a... No, we won't. But he saw us. Actually, we should... Let's throw a grenade and pray it lands kind of where they are. It did. Exactly where they were. Okay, now that puts it on cooldown. I'm going to walk up and shut the door and see what they decide to do. Okay, on the off chance the mutant got to go first, and there isn't a dog in front of that door, we're going to be maneuvering between these mines. We'll try to use them to our advantage. Oh, one more time. Okay. A dog got to go first, and it's blocking the mutant from opening that door. Oh, then we'll open this one. Oh, God. Oh, no. Oh no! Misplay on my part, Tim. You just ran right up there. Okay, so let's see. We can still try to kill it. Good. But now we've learned everything else. That they're gonna totally investigate that explosive. They all will come out here. But I think that's okay. Remember that they also don't know where the mines are, so... Oh, no, there's another one. So they could run into the mines. Good critical hit there, Tim. Get out of the acid. Get away from the mines. Entangled. We have escape ours. Get out of that. Okay. He's going to hit that mine and set it off. Can we kill maybe this dog? Good. Good. And hit the other mutant too. Which I think we can kill with 2 cryokinesises. Even just one of them. Look at all that acid. Heal. And I think that might have been all of them. There might be one more normal mutant left. Good recovery from that, Tim. That could have been a really awful battle for you had you not ran down here. If there is any others up there, you don't care about investigating the sounds. Say the game to do this again. I still hear one more dog. Oh, actually that dog's going to be in here. It's this gentleman has 2 dogs as his pets. But they're friendly, unless you provoke them. Well, I'll be. Looks like we cleared the entirety of Depot A. And we know that this leads to the water treatment, I think, or the water storage facility. That we can't access at the moment. You break this down and then can access this from the waterway. More oddity points. Lots and lots of oddity points. Once again, we probably should have played oddity mode, given how many of these we're finding. There should be a mine right in here. And another one, I think, over on this side. What was that? Throwing net recipe. I don't know why you would make some of this stuff. I guess for the thrill of maintaining your making and using your own equipment. Because nets are so cheap. Even probably on Dominating, they're not that expensive. Okay, viewer. That's Depot A completed. Let's see who's in here. Hello? The man speaks to you from behind the barrel of his revolver. That's far enough, boy. I don't know how you managed to make it this far, but I suggest you start backtracking immediately before I put some lead between your eyes. Take it easy, man. I mean you no harm. Just what the heck are you doing here? I was just scavenging. I didn't expect to find any non-mutants here. Go scavenge outside. Everything in this house belongs to yours truly, and I aim to keep it that way. That's all right with me. Good. Who are you? I'm White Pear. Used to run this depot back in the day before it went to hell. Stayed here even when everyone else fled or with insane few mutations. What happened to this place? How did all these mutants come to be? You know, over the years I had these dumb scrappers come to me occasionally, ask me all sorts of questions before trying to kill me and consequently becoming dog food. But no one asked that, even though it's the only question that matters. You see, one day these two strange men came to trade. I think they were Biocorp scientists, but I can't be sure. One was bald and pale, wearing a breathing mask. He had wires coming out of his skull and one of his eyes, and the other one was very skinny, and his face seemed to have been burned. He was eyeing me so intensely that I kept my hand on my gun the whole time. But it didn't matter. We traded with everyone, including Biocorp weirdos. So I sold them some petrol, mind shrooms, and some other stuff, and they traded me a pack of fusion cells. I remember checking every cell to be real and full. Sometimes people will be stupid enough to try to scam me. The cells were all good, though. After that, they left. I woke up the next day to the sound of my dog squealing. I rushed out to my living room only to see them convulsing on the floor and retching blood and acid. His face grimaces in pain and disgust as he speaks. I could do nothing to help them, so I put bullets in their skulls to end their misery, and I charged out. I was furious. Someone poisoned my dogs. I was going to get to the bottom of it. But as I ran through the depot, I realized something much worse had happened. Everyone I ran into was either dissolving in a pool of acid that they had retched, or were overgrown with these green boils, stumbling around, or I turned completely demented. For most of them, it was all of the above. I was dashing around like in a dream, or a nightmare rather. I didn't know what to do. I just stumbled from one building to the other and finally ended up in my shop. Behind the counter were those energy cells I acquired the day before. It's hard to describe what was going in my mind at that moment. They were definitely the things I purchased from those two scientists, and examined and accepted to be fusion cells. Only, they were nothing of the sort. Not at that moment. Not when I purchased them. Do you understand? They messed with my mind, made me think one thing was another. Bob grimaces and puts his hands over his face. They were mutagen containers. So how come the mutagen affected everyone except you? It did affect me as well, but not quite in the same way. Here in this forsaken place, it's sometimes easy to forget. But look around you, boy. Look at these ruins. The event that I recounted to you happened more than 100 years ago. And yet, here I am, still alive and kicking. I didn't age a bit. Never got sick since. I never even slept. Perhaps I was the result they were hoping for, and someday will come to reap what they've sown. I really hope that's the case. He twirls his gun on his finger. I'll wait for them 1,000 years if I must, and I will kill them, be they men or something else. We know who one of those people are. That would be Ezra, or Urza. You haven't seen the other, though. And I have not seen him either. I do not know where he would be located. And viewer, we finished Depot A. Awesome. It occurred to me, by the way, that if we had not actually fought the crawler, we would not have had the experience points to level up when we were entangled, and thus we would have died through those dogs. That we might not be able to clear that area without Escape Artist. We could have just easily left and done a different area, a zone, or a different room. But I'm glad we stuck it out here. And now it's time for me to take all the heavy stuff. I'll come back for this. And I think what we'll do is really quickly on screen, we'll sell some stuff to some of the merchants here. And then we'll call the session. When we come back, I'll be ready to end this particular this chapter of Underrail, effectively, by going back to Tanner and telling him that we have the rotator drill circuit board. Not bad. Hit level 12 and 1/4 of a level into it. Completed most of the quests out here, except for the Locket quest, which we had to have fishing for to get it out of the siphoner area. Didn't fight any burrowers. They were going to be simply too strong. That will be remedied when we start the next chapter, because we'll get access to energy cells. It's energy cells, shielding, shields, just shields, just energy shields. And he is buying 2 leather armors. We will never use any of this. Oh, sorry, 3 more raw leathers. We can sell all of this. 2 traps. Do I have any traps? I do not. Regular bolts. Okay, let's now go to Fixer. Sell him some acid glands really quick, and then, viewer, I will be back, and we will be over in Southgate Station. I've done a bunch of inventory management stuff as well. Fun. Good amount of fun. I really like Depot A. It's tricky, but if you use the mines as additional damage to fight enemies, as you can see, we did it quite frequently this time, it was not so difficult. Hey, Fixer. Let's see. So he's buying 4 organs. It's not worth very much to him. Just 3. But we'll never use that. We'll never use it. Alright, viewer. So I'm going to put a break here. When I come back, a bunch of inventory management stuff will have transpired. And we will be ready to talk to Mr. Tanner. I will see you then. Take care, everyone. And thanks for watching.